Let's start here. President Cyril Ramaphosa is due to deliver his presidency budget vote speech today from 2 p.m. To be precise. He'll be updating Parliament on the country's economic reconstruction and recovery and social transformation. The budget vote is also intended to include progress updates on the 2022 State of the Nation address. Meanwhile, Ramaphosa is under scrutiny at the moment over private business dealings involving cash stashed at his Limpopo farmhouse, as well as allegations of cover-up. Lindsay Dentlinger is covering the vote, and she joins us now live from Cape Town. Lindsay, I wonder how everything's going. Are you noticing any difference after the EFF's, threat of heckling the president today?
Well, good afternoon, Maseko. Well, I don't particularly notice that there's anything different around here. As you know, it's been very quiet here since the National Assembly meets in this Good Hope chamber that you see behind me. And so only around 19 EFF seats in this particular venue. And we know they haven't all been taken up. So it remains to be seen whether some of the leaders will make their way to Cape Town specifically for today's session. And as you say, to carry out that threat to disrupt the president, given what's been happening here over the last 2 days in the run-up to this budget vote, it would appear that this debate is going to be overshadowed by these reports of this cover-up on the farm of the president. We really saw here earlier today his ministers, his cabinet, they're closing ranks. They are painting the president as a victim of crime, rather than somebody who may have committed a crime himself. Mondli Gungubele, the minister in the presidency, answering questions on that today in briefing on the recent cabinet decisions and developments, and saying that the president took them into his confidence and gave them the details of what transpired on his farm, but very much that they are adopting a wait-and-see approach as to what should happen from here. We know there have been calls in the House on 2 consecutive days during the budget vote of Parliament, and yesterday during the Deputy President's question time for President Cyril Ramaphosa to step aside in the wake of these developments. The Deputy President also coming to his defence, saying to adopt a wait-and-see approach, not to jump the gun, to allow law enforcement agencies to investigate aspects of this crime. So we can expect, as I say, much of today's debate. Probably they're going to take the gap, and maybe not as much focus will be paid to the presidency in terms of what they do and what kind of work they do in terms of the budget that they allocated, and that a lot is going to ride on how the president responds in this House to these allegations, because it will be the first time that he is in Parliament since that story broke, and for him to deliver some form of response to what MPs have been calling for in the last few days. But let's just take a quick listen to Mondli Gungubele in his response after cabinet briefing, which took place here at Parliament earlier today.
On the issue of the president, it is correct to say the briefing was done, but there's nothing the cabinet, it shouldn't go beyond briefing, because already it's the matter of the robbery in the president's precinct is under the law enforcement agencies. They are actually investigating the matter. Financial institutions are investigating the matter. And then the approach is that let's leave it to all those institutions until we are clarified what their outcome is going to be. Then we can actually cross that bridge when we reach it. That's all I can say about the president's situation.
And I'm sure, Lindsay, the National Assembly Speaker is quite prepared to try and make sure that the president is able to go ahead with the business of the day today, especially because tomorrow he takes questions.
Well, tomorrow he will respond to the debate. So how proceedings will unfold this afternoon, Masego, he will table his budget vote outlining how the presidency is spending its budget, what he is doing as the president in terms of economic reconstruction of the country and the other projects that come from his office. As you know, in the last year, state security now also falling under his office, although that budget vote has already been tabled and heard. So that is how today's proceedings will begin. And then there's quite a marathon session laid out to give all political parties represented here the opportunity to debate and to discuss what the president puts on the table today. And then tomorrow he will come back and respond to the debate that will unfold this afternoon. So this budget vote runs over 2 days, and as I say, to give all those an opportunity to have their say, and we await the president to respond to what they debate tomorrow.
Well, thanks, Lindsay. Let's leave it there for now. Of course, just a reminder, the president is expected to take to the podium at 2 o'clock. And of course, here on eNCA, we'll definitely take you there live.